Welcome to Mrs. M Yule celebration. I don't know what we're going to call this yet, but tonight is Yule. And per my normal traditions, what we do on Yule night is we have a big fire and we make wishes for the coming year. We write those wishes down and then we throw them into the fire. If you would like for me to add your wish to my fire tonight, please let me know. Just say something in chat and I will write your wish for you and I will put it in the fire. Till then, we're just gonna let you see the fire. I'm gonna turn this around. It's kind of hard to see me anyways, so I am also using my phone for the first time, so I am trying to make sure that I see chat as well as keep this still. So bear with me, it's okay. Hey Amanda, how are you? You are here. How are you tonight? Merry Yule. Hey Sketch, what's up? You guys made it. It's so awesome. I know Sketch, you were asking the other day, you were asking about what exactly is Yule and what is it that I celebrate. So I'll answer that as we get started here. Yule is an old pagan holiday in which you stay up and you wait for the sun to come back up. It is the longest night of the year. And for my understanding, it was also one of the coldest nights of the year. And so they would make big bonfires and keep each other warm throughout the night. So that way they could, sorry, I see my fire doing some dumb stuff over here. So that way they could encourage the sun and remind the sun of its warmth. A lot of our Christmas traditions come from Yule, like a Yule log. That is from Yule. The Christmas tree is actually from Yule as well. The lights on the Christmas tree was from Yule. So there's a lot of Christmas traditions that we celebrate today that is absolutely Yule. Amanda, you are kidding me? It is negative 35? Oh my gosh, that is insanely cold. That is insanely cold. One of my traditions, like I was saying at the beginning of the live, was that I have always had my kids write out their wishes for the next year. They'd have a wish for themselves and they'd have a wish for others. And so we would take that wish, write it on paper, and then throw it into the fire. Why the fire? Because then the wind and the flames can take it to where it needs to go to come true. So again, if you guys are here in chat, let me know that if you have a wish, I'll write it down. Amanda, they made the mail run in negative 35? Are you kidding me? By the way, if you hear any talking in the background, it's okay. I have my daughter and her boyfriend here, and I have another friend here. One of them is a person that shows up in chat. Most of what I understood of Yule is it from a Christmas perspective. So like everything relating to what people do now for Christmas, but I've never known anything outside of that. Yeah, Yule is the winter solstice holiday because today is the winter solstice. Like I said, it is the longest night of the year. And for people a long time ago, it's kind of scary to think of this being the longest night of the year, and they didn't have central heat. You know, they didn't have, this right here is what they had for warmth. They had to make decisions on what kind of year that they wanted to have. And so they would get together and sit around a fire, eat, drink, and be merry. They would also sing carols, and I believe it was called wassailing. Wassailing. So our Christmas carols come from wassailing. I probably said that completely wrong. It's what happens when you don't have an actual teacher in front of you. You just go with a book. I was a bit of a... Amanda, I have done that too, several times. I have pointed out to people.
We're gonna go inside real quick and see Brielle and them.
Okay. I love you. I love you. My daughter was telling me that she is going to go inside because my other children are inside and my grandchild is inside. So they're gonna go see the baby. Sketch, but it's really cool. I think I'm going to celebrate Yule rather than Christmas since I'm not a Christian and I don't appreciate Christianity from a historical aspect. Huh? And that is that's really up to you. If that's what you want to do you, right? That's it. I started celebrating Yule when my kids were little. When I got divorced, I was able to freely practice my own beliefs. And so I started practicing Yule with them. And really from perspective of being a kid, they didn't know any different between Christmas and Yule. Everything that we do for Yule, we've done for Christmas. So they didn't see any difference. They just got to sit around a fire that night. And it was 4 days before their friends. The 12 days of Christmas actually come from the 12 days of Yule as well. So I think my favorite little bumper sticker that I've seen is pagans are the reason for the season. I was like, yeah, really? So what do you guys think that there's a difference in Yule and Christmas? What are you seeing a difference as? By the way, I'm going to put you on my tripod so that way I can... Yule is more spiritual. Exodus is commercial. Okay. You know, you're sitting right here. You can talk out loud. It's fine.
You could.
You could.
I'm trying to be engaging. I'm modding your chat.
Okay, you're modding. All right, I got this. We're good. Oh, see. There we go. I was like, where did all the messages go? I need to remember what night is Fool's Night. Fool's Night. Oh, when is Fool's Night? All right, moderator. Google Fool's Night.
Like, I celebrate Yule and Christmas, but Christmas is just like, because my family is religious and I've always done it, it's just habit. And I like getting presents. That's
right? I mean, who doesn't like getting presents, right?
Exactly. And I get a day off of work for it also, so.
I got some, speaking of presents, I was very lucky this year. I had some very thoughtful presents come through. My husband always likes to spoil me with all kinds of things, so I got little different figures that I've been wanting and different pot holders and stuff like that and plant holders. My boss bought me a Living Dead doll set that I've been wanting, so that was cool. Yule has more meaning and truth behind it. Plus, it's easier to believe in the gods and goddesses instead of an old guy in a red suit and hat. You know what, though, Amanda? This is the thing. When we talk about Christmas, that's the one thing that I will still take. I will still take Santa. Like, I don't care. Because Santa's Odin, right? Like, absolutely. Honestly, Santa's Odin. So even if you're not Norse pagan, at least you can get behind that idea of either that or he's the green man, whatever,
it's
right?
Anthony Hopkins coming to your house.
It's right. It's Anthony Hopkins. It's fine, right? We're going to talk about Santa for a minute. I think Santa's a cryptid, all right? Like, let's look at this. And logically, Santa, nobody ever sees him. And if they do, if they claim to see him, it's probably a kid that doesn't even know what they're talking about, or either they're crazy, right? That's what happens. So Santa's a cryptid. And every culture has a version of Santa. Every
Yeah.
culture.
No matter what you call him, Santa, Christopher, Saint Nick,
Right.
whatever.
He's all there.
Every time I try to look up Fool's Day, it keeps giving me April Fools. I don't know if that's what we're trying to figure out.
Amanda
I'm gonna say it's different.
saying April Fools, that's all. Amanda, I got the Edgar Allan Poe and Annabelle Lee. That's what I got. Right? Right, Sketch? It makes sense. Santa's a cryptid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
Agreed. I like the Sasquatch you shared the other night.
Right. On my
Makes sense.
Facebook, if you go to my Facebook, most everything I post on Facebook, by the way, is public just because I don't hide. And there's reasons for that. But anyways, the on my Facebook the other day, it has Sasquatch with a Santa hat and like carrying toys. And I had this conversation on Facebook whether or not Santa's a cryptid.
100% cryptid.
Loki night. That's what she's talking about. Loki night within the 12 nights.
Right.
The Feast of Fools is the 4th day. So Sketch says the Feast of Fools is the 4th day, if that's what we're talking about.
Maybe.
I don't know anything about this Feast of Fools.
I know about it because of A Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I don't know if it's the same thing.
Huh. I wonder if I do know it, but it's like called something different for me. I don't know.
Okay, this is not
Yeah,
correct.
thank you, Sketch.
International Loki Day is celebrated March 31st for the character from Marvel. That's not what we want. That's wrong.
Ember, what's up? You're gonna poke the stick, poke the fire, please. Y'all, like, magical little pokey stick there. This is my pen, by the way, because I'm waiting. Oh, Riley has the pokey stick. We probably could put another log on.
Probably.
You want to hold the phone and I'll do that?
No, I can do the log.
Okay.
If I can be trusted with it.
You could be trusted with that task. I just didn't know if you trusted yourself with that task.
I have my eyeballs.
They're behind you in the bag because we actually got like real logs for this. Yes, I have debris from hurricanes all around here, and that's what most of this is. But we actually went and got real firewood, so that way for the Yule fire, I would have real firewood.
Stick here.
You're probably going to hear my neighbors.
Praise the stick. All hail the Yule stick.
Yule stick. It's just calming. It really is.
Super relaxing. Even like the other ambiance, like people shouting and the dog that barked just now, even that is like kind of relaxing.
Yeah.
It feels normal.
It feels home. Yeah. Who's hanging out with y'all? Almost sounds like Shannon.
Nope, it's his husband.
No, it's Shannon's husband. I knew exactly what Shannon you were talking about, yeah.
And that's
No.
me in the chat.
It's Riley. Yes, it's Riley.
Yep, 'tis I.
Riley, come over to help.
Shannon had to work.
Boo.
Ooh, hiss.
And my children, all except for 2, are inside, and my grandbaby's inside. So we've got quite a few people hanging out tonight. I made 2 chickens. I know that sounds random, like Yule chickens.
They're good.
It's good, yeah. But they were special chickens. They're made so that way with special intent to make sure that you have a prosperous, abundant year full of travel and wisdom. I may or may not, I've got this so hot now, I may or may not have to scoop back one.
Yeah, it is pretty hot now.
My phone's like, You know, I'm made of plastic a little.
Help.
All right, you guys are going to have to see a little wobbly for just a moment because I've got to move the chair back. All right, there we go. Now I'm not on fire anymore.
We do not have a fire extinguisher. Not recommended.
We had a hose.
No, I'm not hosing you down in 60
I got a
weather.
hose. I can squirt the hose on the fire.
Pneumonia's going around. Don't recommend.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, that's what Derek and I were like, we're just gonna like from here until probably March, not really do anything outside of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, flu season.
Yeah.
Everything season. All the kids are getting the RSV or whatever it's called.
That is horrible. My oldest two, when they were 1 and 2 years old, they got RSV, and then because of like just a weakened immune system, then they got the norovirus, and they were in the hospital for a month. Oh, Sketch! Have fun. Have fun. We used to put action figures in our tree.
I'm really disappointed in myself for not getting up on that roof and putting my lights up like I wanted. I made such a big deal out of it. I made such a big deal out of it this year, and here it is, the night of the 21st, and I have not put lights up on my house. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, probably.
You know,
Late than never.
I think that's one of my favorite things about really Yule too, is that I don't have to do any of that stuff unless I want to.
Like, I'm looking at the house down the way with all the lights on it, like my house looked like I would go get my ladder out of the shed.
That house is interesting, by the way. During the day, they have a sign that points right at our front door. It says, "Jesus is the reason for the season." And I'm like, oh, okay.
The pagans are the reason for the season. Don't be that guy.
I was like, okay.
I'm gonna tell him.
I'm like, I think this was just like, I really don't think it was on purpose.
Probably not.
Don't think it was on
hope
purpose.
not. It's very passive
But it's
aggressive.
just very kind of funny. It is very funny that from my front door, that's what I see. It's very funny.
Yeah, I'm spreading the truth around work, and I've upset a few people, and I take distinct pleasure in it because it's the people I wanted to be upset.
You know, what was funny is when I was younger, and my early 20s, when I was in my early 20s, I was that person that would like blare Marilyn Manson's Beautiful People like as I passed a church.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was me. That was who I am. And now I'm just like, all right, dude. Cool beans.
There are a couple people at work. I really needed to rile them before we were all at home and away from each other. So that's what I did today. Like, I'm gonna go home and decorate trees. Like, you know why they decorate trees, don't you? And my work friend Shannon, not my husband Shannon, is looking at me across the wall, shaking her head. I'm like, oh yes, I'm gonna do it. Watch this.
Oh my goodness.
If I don't stir the pot, what's my purpose?
I have no reason to exist right now in this moment in time. Y'all, this is kind of funny. You guys aren't used to me, like, bantering back and forth. What do you think? Do you like this format?
No. Stop immediately.
Stop it. You're ruining the fire. No, nobody would say that.
There's a hot dog in chat.
Ah.
Repeat, we have a hot dog in chat.
Okay. All right. Oh, because of the fire. Yeah.
Shannon,
Okay.
he wanted to bring wieners the other night, and I was like, babe, we just had dinner. It's like, but I want one. I was like, you're going to eat one.
I know, because, like, anytime you have a fire, it's like, I need hot dogs, and I need marshmallows. Like, that's what I need.
It's
and guess
human
what I
instinct.
don't have? Hot dogs or marshmallows right
I
now.
brought my marshmallows.
Well, we would have thrown one in as sacrifice. Does anybody else do that? Do you guys ever sacrifice a marshmallow? Like, you have a fire and you gotta just, like, toss a marshmallow in as sacrificial.
like tossing a virgin into a volcano.
No, but okay.
That's how it sounds to me.
I do not know the life of the marshmallow before I toss it, though.
I don't think it matters.
Amanda says she does. She throws it in.
See, I only live 10 minutes away. I could go get my marshmallows.
Yeah. Get the marshmallows, come back. By that time, live will be over.
Yeah, that's true. 10 minutes turns into 30 because of traffic and lights.
Oh, just wait, you'll get caught by that train.
Yep, I'm sure.
There's a train near us because we have, in the area that we live in, there is quite a few like industrial buildings that have huge amounts of material that gets delivered to them by rail. And so we're very close to the train tracks. And because they get these large shipments in, it is very common for us to drive down the road and the train is just stopped and will be stopped for like 10, 15 minutes. And so you just got to wait. It is horrible because the train is big enough that every way that you try to go, the train is blocking it. It's awful.
I used to get caught on Kathleen for the same reason in the morning trying to go to work. The railroad that goes right across Kathleen Road. Every morning I would get stuck for 20 minutes waiting on that train.
Did you see Amanda's comment? Don't care. A victim marshmallow is just that, a victim. Like that's how I said it. That's how I heard it in my head. Amanda, I don't know if that's how you said it, but it was the marshmallow is a victim. Like
Look, a lot of people who were sacrifices actually took it as a great honor. So that marshmallow just sees the hand coming in the bag like, I have been chosen. I'm off to a better place.
It's like the aliens from...
Thank you. That's exactly what I was doing. So
like,
long, my friends. I go off to a better place.
I don't miss those from California at all. What are we talking about?
The trains.
Oh, the trains. I was like, what are you talking... Oh my God, we were talking about the sacrifices then, and I was like, wait, what's going on?
The sacrifices in California. They were too vegan.
Growing up, my family, to call our fire calcifer. On the last night of camp, we would always have to say see you later, calcifer. Huh.
Do you know what calcifer is?
No, I don't know what calcifer is.
So, you know Studio Ghibli? They make Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle and all those anime movies.
Okay.
Howl's Moving Castle, his castle is powered by a fire demon. His name is Calcifer.
Oh!
If you've ever seen the little fire under a pan that says, may all your bacon burn, that's Calcifer. If you've
ever
seen that gif, that's who that is.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Mm-hmm. It was originally a book.
That's what Ember says. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, I kind of had anime ruined for me when I was 18, so I'm not an anime fan because of the experience I had.
That's a bummer.
Right?
It's a great medium.
I've heard, and the other thing is, like, I know a lot of people really love the art style. The art style is just not my thing.
Everything is so different, though. There's not just one style. But I understand. I have a lot of friends who also don't like it, and I'm like, but Shannon didn't like it either till he found that one show.
Right.
And of course, it's a legendary show that I don't have a clue how I could ever live up to. I'm like, I don't have any recommendations. You had to start with that one.
You had to start with the biggest one. Wait.
You had to start with the legendary one. He'll always ask me, well, what other ones can I watch that are like this? I'm like, absolutely nothing on this planet. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Well, you know, here's the thing. I was reviewing some cartoons that I watched as a kid, right? And actually, probably the cartoons that I watched as a kid would have been very close. Some of them would have been very close to anime. Like, there's one called David the Gnome. And David the Gnome, even the art style is, it's not anime, but it's just the same color scheme kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know,
bright,
like,
very neon.
there's, well, like what is it? Spirited Away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the colors in Spirited Away would be very close to the coloring of David the Gnome. So I look back and I'm like, I probably watched something that today would have been considered anime.
Yeah, if you ever watched like Speed Racer, if you ever watched Pokemon, all of that's anime too. I grew up watching Pokemon not knowing that it wasn't a cartoon because I was a child.
Oh, what was it? My cartoons. Okay, like I'm old. We know that I'm old. All right. So like I watched the original Smurfs.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I watched something called Snorkels.
What the hell
Right.
is snorkels?
And the Munchichis. All right.
Bless you.
I watched that kind of stuff. I watched the original Strawberry Shortcake. What else? When the Muppets like first came out as the Muppet show that was on primetime, like I watched that. I my
Yeah, someone's out here doing something.
hold on, guys. We hear some yelling and we're trying to figure out where is it coming from.
I don't hear anyone shouting back, which unfortunately makes me think it's an animal. I have no qualms driving my car directly through their front door.
I guess it was somebody really getting onto their animal and nope.
Yeah, they're shouting at a dog.
Oh. I guess one of my neighbors is yelling at their dog.
I'm like,
You can go inside?
no,
Okay.
I might end up in their yard though. I've always said if I was gonna go to jail, it's gonna be over an animal. I promise you it will be.
Amanda said that she likes Strawberry Shortcake. Fraggle Rock.
I do
Fraggle
know
Rock.
that one. I've never
Fraggle
seen it, but I know that
Rock. Dance your cares away. Bum bum. Worries for another day. I can't remember that. Down at Fraggle Rock.
I trust you.
Down at Fraggle Rock. Down at Fraggle Rock. And then there was a splash.
That one I do know.
Yep. Definitely watched Fraggle Rock. Amanda. Was it another one? So there was one when I was in high school, and it was like Mainframe or something like that. There was a villain by the name of Hexadecimal. It was like this. It was a computer that was like self-aware and had like all like the people inside the computer were all like a community, and there was a hero that made sure that the games didn't get hacked or something. I don't remember. I was in high school.
It sounds like Cyber Chase, but I know it's not.
But I remember that the villain's name was Hexadecimal, and I wanted so desperately to dress like Hexadecimal for Halloween one year.
So now I have to look it up.
Yeah, look up Hexadecimal. Of course, that would be a villain that I would like, right?
Hexadecimal is a numbering system with base 16.
Right.
No.
See, no. No.
Hexadecimal villain.
Watch, I don't even have the name right. Watch it.
Nope. Hexadecimal,
Okay.
the self-proclaimed queen of chaos, is a virus operating out of Lost Angles and a major antagonist in the sci-fi TV series Reboot.
Yes, Reboot. That's it. Reboot, not Mainframe. He protected the mainframe. That's what that was. All right. See, it's coming back to me. It's all coming back.
Dang, you're really not going to show me a picture. Oh, okay.
Something from Starbucks.
No, thank you.
Riley.
Starbucks?
Yeah.
I might.
They got hot chocolates. They got cold drinks. Hot drinks.
Y'all, I could sit here and watch this fire forever. Sorry. I got distracted. Did you sing it with me, Amanda? That's funny. Power Rangers. You know, I know that was pretty popular when I was in high school. It was Power Rangers. And I remember the Batman animated series was popular when I was in high school. Like, I was a senior in high school when Friends was at its peak of popularity.
I tried
So I would have watched things that most people haven't watched yet. They hadn't watched. Like probably nobody remembers there's a like police TV sitcom called Barney Miller, and I used to watch Barney Miller. I probably shouldn't have, but I did.
Is this?
Yes, that's
Oh,
hexadecimal.
That is really cool, actually.
Yeah, see?
I can see why you liked it.
Right? I thought hexadecimal was the villain, man.
It's giving Bayonetta, which is why I think she's cool
I have seen Bayonetta.
with the boots.
Yeah, with the boots. Because I like boots, and my husband plays video games, and he's like, "Look, it's this chick that fights with boots." I was like, "All right."
Welcome back, Sketch.
Sketch is back. I didn't see it. See, I'm not seeing the comments.
That's why I opened mine so I can watch.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you've got the live fire.
Mm-hmm. Well, I noticed I was watching it. I was like, the fire looks dead. Let me go stab it.
Stab the fire. I'm sorry, guys. I got shaky on you. Do I hear the raccoons? We have a family of raccoons out here, guys. So we may or may not get to see them. What have we all been talking about? Oh my gosh. Like,
we were talking about marshmallow victims in the fire.
right, marshmallow victims in the fire, like sacrificial marshmallows.
We talked about Howl's Moving Castle and Calcifer and anime for
We
about
talked,
5 seconds.
yeah, we talked about anime for a minute.
We were just talking about Fraggle Rock and old TV shows.
Old TV shows, yeah.
I think that's where we stopped. I stepped away.
And Sketch is like, raccoons. Yeah,
Yes.
we have raccoons. And it's crazy because the other night when we were out here by the fire, they were just like cruising down our fence. No big deal.
Hey, how's it going, neighbor?
You still have your pet raccoon? Don't say that too loud. They'll come get it.
Wait, like a real one?
Like a real one.
What?
Yeah.
That's really cool. Raccoons are super cool.
So see, Sketch, you came in at the right time. We're talking about raccoons. I have inadvertently got them here. Spend it. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine.
What's yours is also mine. It's ours. I have one time had an interaction with a raccoon. It's the stereotypical, like the raccoon was stuck in a dumpster and I helped it get out. That was the one and only time I've ever had an interaction.
So I think I've told Sketch this story, but we had a pet raccoon for a minute. You hear something?
Bats.
Oh yeah, we have bats.
Cheeks.
We definitely have bats.
Love bats.
But we had a pet raccoon when I was in high school. After the floods in Georgia, my mom found a baby raccoon, and the baby raccoon had been orphaned, so mom took it home. The baby couldn't even eat on its own. Like, it was still needing to be bottle fed. So she bottle fed this thing, raised it. The raccoon's name was Molly. Molly hated everyone except for my mother. So if we came close to my mom, Molly was like gonna claw our eyes out. Yeah, it was awful. You couldn't get near Molly, but my mom could love Molly. So my mom would take Molly everywhere with her. Everywhere with her. She would take Molly to work. My mom worked at a gas station, so she'd take Molly to work. Molly went to the grocery store. Like, Molly went everywhere. One day she was at work and a wildlife guy came in, saw Molly, and told my mom it was illegal, I guess, for her to have the raccoon because raccoons carry rabies. And so they took Molly from my mom and, like, point blank told my mom, we're going to put her down.
Oh.
And
Awful.
like, not just that, but test for rabies. And the way that they test animals for rabies, you don't want to know. Don't look it up.
I already know.
Yeah, no. So, yes, he said if a new loungefly. You hear that? You hear the pop?
Tell him if he sends it back, you're gonna send something back to his.
That's
fair.
my husband and the pop gun that I bought for my granddaughter. My husband come out here and that pop is the pop gun I bought my granddaughter for Yule. Let's see, what'd you say? Loungefly arrives in a few days. He's sending it back. Whatever.
I said send something to his back. Fair.
Right? Yeah, Loki is the same way with everyone but me. He only likes me for the most part. Yeah, it seems like that's the way they are. It's legal in Florida, but we need to have paperwork, which we don't have, but Florida officials don't really mind. Yeah, this was in Georgia, and Georgia, man, they had no chill about them with it at all.
You can get away with anything in Florida. I swear.
Florida.
I'm not from here, you guys. I'm from Oregon.
Okay, Florida is the weirdest place because we do have like a lot of exotic animals that just are random for people to own.
Yeah.
We were at a state preserve one time, just like a park, right? Just like a nature park. We're walking around the nature park and we get to the fenced in part of the nature park because it's a privately owned land on the other side. And there are wildebeest. I'm not playing with you. I'm not saying, I'm not being funny. There were wildebeest and there were giraffes. And I was like, wait, what happened? Where am I? Yeah, like, what's happening right now? And apparently the person right next to the nature preserve owned exotic animals. Like, that was the thing. I'm like, there's just a random giraffe in a field where cows are. You know, like, what's going on? Florida is weird. So, no, you're right, Riley.
Freaking weird here.
Florida's weird. Yeah, see, no, Amanda, I was losing my mind too. I was like, what is going on? And that's not like the first time I've seen that either. Like, the amount of times that I have seen like random tigers, it's crazy. But it's because it's Florida.
Well, yeah, I have a memory of like when I was still going to school when I went to like Polk State.
Yeah.
They had like a whole lion in a cage.
Yeah.
Just there. Just look, we have this lion. Now like as an adult and I'm like, that's horrible. Please put that lion back where you found it.
No. I've got a story better. All right. You guys you're gonna die. Okay. So when I was really young, like kindergarten, first grade, there was this guy, and again, I was very young, so I might not be saying the name right, but I believe his name was like Thunder Alley Joe. He was a conservationist, right? And he had found a Florida panther as a kitten. Like a little tiny kitten, he had found a Florida panther. And so the mom had died, just like my mom had done with Molly. Like, he takes this little kitten in and he raises it as his own. So he's got a full-fledged Florida panther as a pet, right?
Okay.
He uses it for education purposes, right? So he takes it to schools and he teaches kids about the Florida Panthers. However, he had this thing on a leash. He had the panther on a leash, and he would tell the kids, like, don't make any sudden moves, but I'm going to let her walk around. And he'd unleash the panther.
Oh my God.
He'd unleash the panther.
That's a lawsuit right there.
That's how you know I was raised in the 80s, man. Watch out, there's some random, like, craziness with Florida. Let's...
Yes, sketch, same. We're bonding. We're both from the Great Northwest.
I want to go to the Great Northwest.
God, I hate it here.
Okay, make sure yeah. We've had almost 2 accidents just to the left of this fire, which resulted in 2 people almost falling in. One of those people would have been me.
I only laugh because that would have been a horrible thing.
But yeah, the whole panther thing, that was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
Don't move. Like, look, okay, so my 9th grade biology teacher had ferrets, and he did the same thing. where he'd let them out in the classroom. But those are ferrets.
Those are
It's not
ferrets.
a mountain lion.
Right. No. And I remember it happened in kindergarten, freaked me out. First grade, when I saw that guy come in and they like brought us all into the school library to do that, I started to wail. Like I could not
You already
handle
knew.
this. I knew what was happening and I was like, you got to get me out of here. Like I'm in first grade, scared of my own shadow, but I was adamant. Like I am not sitting in there.
Not
All right.
feeding me to no mountain lion. Find your sacrificial lamb somewhere else.
And I've been terrified of panthers like all my life because of that.
I don't blame you.
It did not do it. Oh my gosh. It did not do what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, not helpful.
No. What are you're planning on moving where? Okay.
Oh no, that's fair. That's fair. I
No,
agree.
that's true. Yeah, I agree with that.
Having been to
Sketch.
Tennessee like once or twice, that's accurate. You could fool me.
I don't know. Tennessee is better than South Carolina and North Carolina.
I have like a attachment to the Carolinas because my dad's family lives out there. I
Yeah.
used to go out there all the time, but I would never live there. I would be hate crimed immediately.
I have never been treated so poorly as I was in the Carolinas. So no, I wouldn't go to the Carolinas.
They're
But
very snobby.
Tennessee, I've never had any issues with Tennessee.
Me either.
Your crazy self would just enjoy the panther walking around and circling. No, no. I was like, I'm gonna be eaten. I knew I was gonna be eaten by that panther. Nope. But here I am, like gators don't bother me.
I love alligators. I'm wearing a gator shirt right now.
See,
A Halloween gator.
I love gators. I remember Savannah's 6th birthday. We were at a lake, and I was taking the kids on like a nature bingo kind of thing, and we were on a scavenger hunt kind of walk. There was a gator sunning himself, and I had this group of like 6 kids, and I was like, all right guys, give it about a 20-foot clearance and keep walking. Like just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't want you. That's how you can tell you've been raised in Florida
I
also,
wasn't raised here. I just like them.
right?
But that's like the same thing where like people here are super scared of frogs and lizards. But
They are.
Where I'm from in Oregon, you play with frogs and lizards.
I don't understand. Like, you're not afraid of a gator, but you're terrified of a frog? What is
don't
wrong with you? What is wrong?
But then like there
What
are people
happened?
down here who don't have a thing about sharks, but I do because growing up in the Pacific Northwest, they tell you don't get in the water because the great whites are going to eat you. So I have a thing about sharks. Never seen a shark in my life outside of an aquarium, but you will not get me in the ocean, not even on a boat, because everyone makes fun of me. Megalodon's gonna bump my boat, and I'm gonna die. Jason Statham will not be there to save me from the Meg. I will be eaten immediately.
I've gone swimming in the ocean because I'm a beach baby, and I have been nudged by sharks.
No, I would
Like,
die instantly.
Not,
My soul would leave my body
No.
immediately.
Ember's like, no frogs.
Oh, I
No
love
frogs. Oh, we've got a bunch of little frogs that hang out by our door. Guys, this has been really a lot of fun. I could do this all night. But I do have my grandbaby inside, and I want to go see her. So,
You want to do some wishes before you go?
yeah. Who wants to make a wish before I wrap this up for the night? Is there anybody that would like to request a wish that I can throw in there? Ember, I don't even know where she gets these emojis from, man. Oh, you can hear the fire. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a wish, Ember. My Yule tradition is to write my wishes down and throw them into the fire so that the wind and flame can take them to the places that will make them come true. Oh, I'd love to go to Hawaii, Amanda.
It's so pretty there.
Oh, I'd love to go. I would love to live anywhere though other than Florida at this point.
Yeah. I think about it all the time, how much I want to leave.
I loved Virginia.
Virginia's really pretty.
Ugh.
I still have my heart set on Colorado because I'm never going to be able to go home to Oregon at this point. All the hipsters moved out there. It's $2,500 for a studio apartment in Portland. I'd rather be dead. So I got to take the next best thing.
And we were in Mineral, Virginia. Yeah, Mineral, Virginia is where Coyote Hole cider is. Coyote Hole has like, they make their own cider and it's just
Owl.
beautiful. Oh, hold on. Shh.
He stopped.
Be quiet.
Oh, he stopped. I heard him.
We had an owl.
My bad, guys.
I don't know if the microphone on this phone is picking it up or not, but there is a large owl making sounds. That's beautiful. You know what kind of symbol that is? Like the way that I see things, the way that I believe, an owl is wisdom, right? And that by them making their presence known at the end of this, it's remember the wisdom that you shared here, you know?
He agrees.
Yeah.
I got a couple
Oh,
wishes in chat.
that's beautiful. All right. Let's write down some wishes then,
You want me to write since you're holding the phone?
if you don't mind.
Nope.
I've got paper and something to hold on to over here. Got it? Okay. I will tell you the wish. All right. Trying to figure out how to word it, but maybe you can figure out my wish considering you're up to date on what's been happening. Oh.
It might have to be a you. Write it.
I can write it very cryptically. All right. Amber, let's say I wish to empower myself in all places of my life.
He is just going to town over there.
Yeah. I wish you could hear the owl, because he is.
He's just having a really good time over there by himself.
Derek would love to hear him. All right. We're going to chuck it in. Here's your wish. And I ball it up. Why? So that way I can actually get it into the fire. There we go.
First wish away.
First wish. All right. Second wish.
Maybe Amanda.
Is Amanda's wishes for our family in good health this year and next. And to have a better year. Aww. I hope you have a better year too, Amanda. You guys have gone through some stuff this year. So I do solemnly wish for you to have a better year. You deserve it. You have been working so hard. Here's your wish. You got it. It bounced off the log. There we go.
There it is.
Just went up. All right. Sketch. Sketch wishes for good health. Yeah, you hear the owl, Sketch? Can you guys hear it? I'm ending it. Inside is asking, you know, when am I going to come in? So that's why I'm ending it now. Sketch. Here's yours. I keep bouncing it off that one.
No. There you go.
There we go. We got it, Sketch. All right. All right, my lovelies.
There we go.
Thank you for joining me this Yule. I hope you guys had fun. And thank you for allowing me the honor to use my fire for your wishes. I wish for you all to have health and abundance this year, and peace and happiness. I will see you guys next Tarot Tuesday. Be happy, be safe, and know that I love you.